So that right there, I was going to ask this question because most people have heard of the concept of natural born leader. So I was going to ask, can leadership be learned? Can it be acquired? Can it be taught?
I say both. Leadership is both caught and leadership is taught, both. For instance, in my life, I was born in a really messed up situation. I wasn't born in Leave It to Beaver family. My father was a member of Satan's Escorts, which is a motorcycle Harley-Davidson club.
Kind of like a Hell's Angels?
Like a Hell's Angels, yes.
Yeah.
And so I never had anybody around me to model leadership, so I never caught it. But what happened to me is in that church, I started to learn that I had to learn some leadership skills and build my leadership skills, and that I could learn it. Now, my spiritual father, whose name is John Kelly, his father built some of the biggest bridges in America. So his father was a natural leader, and so for my spiritual father, leadership was caught for him. And so as we traveled around together, I started to notice that he does all these leadership things intuitively. And I would say, hey, you practice the law of the lens, and he looks at me. I said, hey, you practice the law of the hamburger. He looks at me. Because see, it was caught, it was natural for him.
Wait, what are those two laws?
For me.
Explain that real quickly. You got me curious.
The two laws.
Those two that you said, hey, you practice this law and that law.
Oh, the law of the hamburger. The law of the hamburger is just,
I like hamburgers. I want to hear about this.
The law of the hamburger is real simply. It's like if you want people to perform better in your organization or your ministry, is you got to bring feedback. Feedback is a breakfast of champions. And so what I find is so many times we settle for mediocrity because we don't want to bring feedback to people to help increase their performance. And we don't do that because we know inside the church most people are insecure, and if we dare to bring feedback, you know, they'll pack their bags and go to the next church. And so what I use is the hamburger principle, and it's this. It's the bun is praise. And whenever you want to bring feedback, you always start off with praise. Hey, Bob, you're doing a great job on those cameras. Thank you so much for coming in and running those cameras. You're doing a great job. But then you got to bring the feedback. You know, Bob, we have a kind of a principle around here. We believe in dressing for success. And there's a certain code that we ask you to dress as a camera owner or camera operator. So can you please just kind of up your dress a little bit? Hey, by the way, Bob, let me tell you something. You are one of the best camera guys behind because you smile all the time.
So now you're adding the other bun.
So now I'm adding the other bun. It's praise, feedback, praise.
I like that.
And once I learned that tool, Marcus, I've never had anybody that I've helped coach to take them to the next level. I've never had anybody really get mad at me and just storm out of my office.
I know, what was that other, the principle of the lens? What did you say?
The law of the lens, yeah.
The law of the lens. Okay, what's that one?
The law of the lens is really what I call really looking at everybody through the lens of love, and really giving love and giving value to other people all the time. And that whole dynamic of trying to keep everybody in your circle of love. Those who you keep in your circle of love will help you. Those who you exclude from your circle of love will eventually hurt you.
Wow.
So look at people through the laws, through the lens of God's love.